Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure showcase and review, we're going to be looking at the Takara Tomy. This is their updated Cybertron T-Spark. They're calling it the 40th selection, not the 40th anniversary, because of course Beast Wars isn't on the 40th anniversary just yet, but this is their much improved take on Lio Convoy. So what we're going to be doing is direct comparisons between this, the original figure, and of course the one that was released during the Legacy toy lineup, as well as a few others as well. So before we get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. And once again, to thank In Demand Toys in the UK, because that's where I got this from, and they got it to me nice and quickly. Right, let's have a quick look at the new packaging first and foremost. And I've got to confess something with this. Usually with my videos, I just unbox them and go totally off the cuff, but I'm deciding to do this again from scratch because of the amount of features and things that I've found on this that I just want to share with you, to be honest. So the packaging first and foremost is obviously a brilliant homage to the original, which you can see there. I mean, right down to, of course, the robot mode being on the one side, or the Japanese writing. It is, of course, just smaller. Around the back is completely different though. You've just got pictures of the actual product on there, but on the back of the vintage original, you've got some more of the other figures that were available in that particular toy line. That again, look, it's brilliant. It's exactly the same. So this again is really hotly become one of my figures of the year already, just because of the improvements which I'm going to show you on the, which I already loved anyway, Legacy mold is crazy. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the original one first and foremost, because they really have, it's a bit like a John Hammond, you know, in Jurassic Park when he says, you know, all expenses spared, even all expenses paid rather. But you can see just by the backing, the grass, and the reason why I'm showing you this is because that's exactly what they've done with the new one. Now typically all of the missiles and everything by the looks of this are going to fall out. That's my only little, not bugbear, it's just I wish we had firing projectiles still, but they're just obviously not a thing. I understand that they can't be a thing, but I just wish that we could get them again now and again, especially with, you know, what I would class as an adult collectible. So obviously you can see this original figure is much bigger, and as I say, he did come with the firing missiles, which did actually fire pretty well, to be honest, quite a bit of venom in them. Right, so that is the original. Let me move everything out of the way, get the new figure back up, and just show you how much of a good job they've done at bringing a true classic back. Right, let me pop that there. Let me go onto this one now then, and open up this. And as soon as I saw this, I was a bit taken aback. I was just stunned. You know, I suppose the level of detail that they've gone to recreating. Oh, he's just fell out. Yeah, exactly that. A figure that, in all honesty, I didn't really know too much about, and if I'm being super honest as well, guys, I've still not seen the cartoon. I'm just really impressed, in fact blown away by the actual toy and figure itself. And for me, that's what's always been the best joy for me with Transformers. It's always been the toys. The cartoons have been great, comics are great, but it's always been the toys. So you can see instantaneously, of course, we've got a new head sculpt, but we've got something way better than that, which I'm going to come to very soon. Let me first and foremost bring you out the original. Now I've got to confess, my original that's in beast mode isn't in the best shape, so all the gimmicks on this I'm going to be showing you in the robot one. But once again, you can see that the homage to this figure is just sensational. They've gone with a much better head sculpt. It's still not 100%. They've gone with the gold on the mane, the gold on the claws, the gold on the tail. Yeah, everything. Even when you'll have a look in a second when we get into robot mode, that the red is the exact red on this, and you'll see that the Legacy one is in fact just that little bit brighter. So there he is next to his I keep saying G1 original self, next to his vintage original self. Now the other thing as well is that, of course, there's no firing projectiles, but what we've got here, there's only 2 of these little accessories that he comes with, and of course the Legacy one came with 4 bits, came with loads of these little bits. So it's interesting that they haven't got as many accessories, but what they've managed to include, in fact, I'm just going to show you because I couldn't believe they've got this in. Yes, it's not button activated, but they have got the tornado gimmick built in to this. So this is a heavy retool. If I get everything out of the way, I might need to just readjust a few things slightly out of the way, but you can literally rotate the mane around. You have to do it manually, but you can spin the mane around to replicate, of course, what he did in the cartoon. So that is a brilliant addition. But anyhow, what I was showing you first and foremost is these are still the same. So you can attach these accessories there like this. But the ones that are a teeny bit of a letdown are the ones on the back, because you can't put them anywhere. They just shoot upwards. You can't bring this over. Whereas with the original, with this, you see how you could angle it over? So if I was to take one of the firing projectiles, I could put it in there, and it wouldn't necessarily have to fire up in the air like that. You can actually angle it down. But that's just me being that little bit more pedantic, perhaps. And this one, of course, if it doesn't fall out or apart, you can see was already built into the inside there. So great homages to the original. I'm going to show you how this spins around in a second. I just don't want to damage this one. I'll show you it on the guy in robot mode. But the fact that they've added that is just sensational. Right, let me move the vintage one out of the way for now. And let's bring in the legacy one, because again, differences now are huge. Lots of retooling as well, mainly on the mane, which you can see, but also on the claws. The claws on this guy are a lot smaller, which you can see. The claws on this guy at least 2, maybe 3 times longer, I'm not too sure. And of course they've gone with the beautiful looking chrome as well. You can perhaps just tell ever so slightly that the gunmetal grey in this is slightly darker. You will see that a little bit better in the robot mode, but everything else, the whites looks the same. Obviously the gold where the yellow was is a huge improvement. This guy, as I say, his mane does this still pop up? I've not played with this figure in ages. I think not. I know that you could obviously pull these out, and then there's some form of hinge there, but I honestly can't remember. Oh no, it's not going to let me do that at all. It's not going to let me do that at all. It's, I think, from the other side. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is these bits are the same, but again, you can see that these are claws. Well, they look more like claws. They're better when they're claws than the other way. They're just better molded, better detail, looks really good. I suppose what I need to do, if you don't own the legacy version, you might be wondering how big this particular figure is. So let's bring in industry standard for reviews. That needs to clip down now. I've lifted it up too far. I've lifted the mane up that little bit too far. Let's bring it down, cover up the hands, so you can see it is a good sized Voyager class figure. It really is way bigger than some of these other ones that I've just got knocking around here. I tend to do mainly Optimus and Bumblebee figures for comparisons, and of course the main reason for that is most people have at least one Optimus or Bumblebee figure. So hopefully that's giving you a bit of an idea of just how big this is. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I've covered all bases in this. As I say, articulation wise, obviously I've not done that, is you can move the top of the hind leg, you can twist at the knee as well as articulate out if you wanted to. You can spin this around, you can angle it ever so slightly as well if you wanted to. So you can take these out, give him like more of a pouncing sort of pose, which looks good. You'll have to forgive me, I'm useless at posing toys. And again, you've got the knee bend here. You can fire these out if you want. I say fire, you've got to move them manually out, whereas the other one, the original, was of course spring loaded. It's just a shame, as I say, my only nitpick is I would have thought with it being an adult collectible, it would have been nice to have a firing projectile, but that is literally my only nitpick. He does look great. Wait till you see him in robot mode. So let's come right back and have a look at him in that mode. So we're back and he's in his robot mode, and again, quick apologies, no transformation process on this video. That is to keep the main length of the video down, and I'm sure you've already seen I've already uploaded the tutorial separately anyway. So let's have a look at, and hopefully you can see already just how much better this looks. It looks sensational. Honestly, the reflective, I suppose, yeah, much better, like chromy looking paintwork on the head sculpt is beautiful. You can see how that's reflecting off all nicely. Let me just move this mane again out of the way. So again, you can really see here now that this gold is exactly that. It's reflective, it's beautiful looking. He's still of course got the matrix chamber inside his chest, which will open up like so. The head sculpt will go all the way around. It will look up and down. Articulation isn't too bad, even with all these extra bits. You can still move the arm up. You've got the additional paint there at the top of the shoulder, and if you maneuver these out of the way, you can still pretty much spin them all the way around. Now the legs at the back are a teeny bit of a hindrance, but the good thing is there's just so many things and ways that you can position them, which I'm going to show you in a second. Once again, even with all this kibble, you've got a complete unrestricted waist swivel there, which you can see. The legs will also kick forward. If you take them out at a slight angle, they'll come up slightly higher as well. Same with the back, they'll go right up. You've got a thigh swivel as well as swiveling at the top. It's crazy. You've got a double knee joint, obviously, which we saw for the alternate mode. This will spin as well, and again, indeed, tilt over. You've got the lovely metallic paint there on the fists. I think the best thing for me to do, and again, you'll probably be quite surprised when you do see them next to each other, is just, again, how different it is. I've just realized I've left his tail sticking out right. So this is, I suppose, what you'd class as like Takara premium finish, which is what they called them in the War for Cybertron trilogy. They did Takara premium finish figures. Before them, they always just sort of did that extra little bit, which can be a bit frustrating. So if you have a look, in fact, let's start from the bottom then. So claws, as I've said, claws are obviously gold. The red, hopefully you can see, it's a slightly darker red on this one in my right hand side. Again, all this is more reflective, definitely more metallic looking on the paint, whereas this tends to be just that little bit more matte blue. The bottom of the abdomen's got the extra 2 abs painted in there, whereas this one doesn't. Again, all the paintwork on this is more reflective. This is just more matte. Same for the head sculpt. And again, I think the big difference which we've seen is, you know, this alternate mode head. It's so different. We've seen the claws, we're going to see them in a second, and the hinge that I was looking for everybody who was screaming at me was that one there, of course, at the top, which again is massively different. So the big difference, I suppose, between these two is that you've got, first and foremost, the 4 accessories. You've got all the 4 accessories, which the new one doesn't. So you can have a choice of how you want to handle all of these accessories. To be honest, of course, with it being still the same company, you've got the universal. That's not going to fit in there, is it? What I mean by universal is same size, you know, fist holder, the 5mm port, so you can put loads of accessories if you wanted to share them all around, etc. Again, I want to very quickly show you this typhoon thing which they put in, because it's just clever. So this will detach off there. You can see where that is hinged into place, and as long as you make sure that everything is up out of the way, and of course we clear everything that's around it, this will rotate around, what I think, to be fair, really quite well. So you can actually get it to rotate quite a lot. The only downside, if we're being super pedantic again, is that you've got to do it yourself. And what I mean by that is, mine probably won't work now, so I've just gone and jinxed myself 100%, is the original. Now you'll also notice that the original one is huge. I'm going to have to lift this up. But again, great homage look. You've got the same reflective sort of blue paint. You've got a similar sort of reflective gold. We're going to come to the back of the legs in a minute. I just want to see if I can do this without it catching. So you would lift this up. You've got this huge mechanism on the shoulder. And if everything stays out of the way, fingers crossed, it should... Oh, that's not a good sound, is it? Let's be honest. Let's see now. There you go. So it just did that. Whereas, of course, as I say now, you've just got to do it automatically. This will then spin around and fit back over the top. But I love the fact that it's included. The fact that it's included is incredible. Once again, though, the tiny little niggle that I've got is with these, that obviously them you can angle up at that angle. Whereas with this, if you wanted to sort of try and recreate that, you can't. These are just pointing into the sky, basically. They're just near enough going up vertical, whereas at least this had some different sort of style of trajectory. Again, you've got the same fact that you can open up the chest piece. It's great, isn't it? It's really good. Let's bring this down now so you can see what I'm about to show you. So with the legs, again, however you want to position these, I tend to spin this that way around and tuck it further up if I'm going to do the big claws like that. It's up to you how you want to do it. There's loads of different ways, and as I've already completely been honest about, I've not seen the cartoon, so I can't tell you the exact way that he does it. I'm just showing you the way that I think makes the toy itself look pretty good. So you can see them huge long claws. Please don't fall over. And these ones on the back, again, if I rotate the leg down like so, and again, you can see what I mean about they spring loaded out. So, oh no, it would be, oh no, it's ball and socket, so I can still pretty much turn it around the same way as that. But again, if I bring in this guy, completely different, much smaller. You've got that yellow color again, like so. Oh, let's spin this around. And it's just, it's not even worth noticing, is it? It's so much smaller than them claws are, obviously. But this is still a great toy. I do really like this toy. This one's just, yeah, just a lot better. Let's just bring in again a few other figures. I think, yeah, the big difference, of course, is I can't tuck this tail away, whereas you can tuck that tail away quite neatly if you did want to. But once again, in fact, I wanted to show you the red part. So the red on here is darker, like this red, and this red, does it look that little bit lighter now? If I bring it out for you, can you see that it's not the sort of same matching? Hopefully you can tell. I've got to be honest, yeah, the light isn't the best. It's pitch black here now as well. But this red looks more like the vintage toy red. So hopefully that's coming across there. Anyway, let's move these out of the way and let's show you, give you some idea of, again, height compared with some figures. So there's another Voyager class figure, funny enough, from Earthrise. There's your Commander class. There is the smaller deluxe class. There is a G1. I've knocked over the core class. I don't know where I've put that. I'll find it in a minute. Just randomly though, because he's here, just in case. There's a Blockies. So yeah, twice the size of a Blockies. Let me move a few more of these out of the way. Yeah, randomly got a Cliff Jumper here as well, who's fell over. I'll sort that out in 2 seconds because he's the missing link. He doesn't want to stand up. What else have I got? Just a few other figures. I've got Flame. So as you can see, yeah, definitely a good sort of Voyager class size figure. Last Prime here because he's over there. To be honest, I think I've pretty much covered everything. Knowing my luck, I probably forgot something. If I have, please do let me know in the comments, because if I've missed it out, I can either then do a short later on showing it, or again, it might be something that I do not know. So yeah, let me know in the comments. I need to show you the articulation. I pretty much have, though, done all that. Just the fact that you can tuck these away if you want to. So if you did want to spin these around and bend it further up, sort of out of the way, you can. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. The brilliant thing is, of course, that you've got the choice. The best thing about this is I'm just blown away that we've got this completely retooled and articulated head and the mane. And of course, as I say, I didn't even fold these out to show you what these look like out as well. And then of course, if you have got them out, then you can just grab any weapons and accessories, in my case, that I've got hanging around, and even that doesn't look too bad, does it? It looks pretty cool. Not sure what he's going to look like with a Megatron as cannon, but we can see. To be honest, he can pull it off. There you go. That just proves that you can put anything you want in his hands. I'm going to round it up there. This has jumped very high up my figure of the year list already. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. An absolute stunning upgrade. If you don't have the legacy one, it's an absolute no-brainer. If you have got the legacy one, I think you've got a bit of a tough decision, because this is, in my opinion, leaps and bounds better. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Take care.